Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE SmackDown episode 1097 and 205 Live episode 194. We're headed right into Payback. It's been only a week, less than a week, exactly a week since SummerSlam. How much could they have built up in just a week? A whole lot, as it turns out. There's 8 matches on the card. That's the same number of matches as last week. It could have been a 2-night SummerSlam, and then they could have had TakeOver this week, but they didn't do it that way. Instead, they have all kinds of great surprises, especially at the end of last week, and that leads us to a pretty solid main event tonight, I think. I'm recording this on the morning of Payback. Actually, the early afternoon. It's past noon already, but yeah, I wanted to, at the very least, go through the card and see what's happening, what's going on. But also, let's talk about these 2 episodes. Talking Smack, I thought was really good. Xavier Woods will be taking his rightful spot as host next week, but this week we had Kayla and The Miz. Still talking smack. But I didn't take any notes on that. I think who were guests? They had Matt Riddle, Big E closed out the show, and yeah, we'll get to that in a second. That is a spoiler for. So if you don't want any spoilers for what happened on this show, well, that's what this show is. It's talking about everything that happened. So I'll get to that in just a minute. We open up the show with Adam Pearce laying down the law to the security guards that they need to keep Retribution out, and they did. There is no Retribution interference. Adam Pearce, I would argue, already one of, if not the best, quote-unquote, authority figures in WWE history. He set up the whole Intercontinental Championship tournament kerfuffle. He set it straight there at the end when things went crazy with the whole drunk driving framing incident. He's just he was frightened by the Fiend last week, but tonight he got the job done. He got security on point. So, good job, Adam Pearce. But he was tasked by Vincent K. McMahon to procure the signatures. They didn't have a contract signing ceremony as they normally would. Instead, it was a fetch quest. You got to turn in that big old question mark, yellow question mark hanging over Vince McMahon's head. Well, that's what he did first, and then he had the exclamation point once he finished it. And he tried to turn in, only having collected 2 of the 3 contracts. Vince said, no. He's going to be 3 out of 3. Didn't you read the quest? You need to fulfill the quest requirements. And he still technically hasn't. But anyway, I really liked him. He's not so much an authority figure as like an administrative figure. And I like that a lot. Let's see. So let me pull up Payback 2020. I gotta have the card on there for in a few minutes when I get to summarizing everything. But let's see. AJ Styles calls Jeff a liar and a cheat. And Jeff says, hey, I was about to issue an open challenge, and they came and ruined it, except it wasn't going to be open to you anyway. We had Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura Intercontinental Championship match, with Jeff won by kneeing Shinsuke in the face with the knee brace, the leg brace. Cheating once again. Cesaro is upset backstage. He said, I stepped away for 1 second, and Shinsuke is out there, doesn't even let me. A whole lot of respect for him. I really appreciate that Cesaro has been sneaking in Uno, up, down, down, Uno, to party references. Last week, he did that in 3. And this week, he did a lot of respect. So what is he going to sneak in there next time? I don't know. It's got to be, what? I can't even remember. I haven't watched it in about a week. So I can't remember I like as soon as I hear them, I was like, oh, right, yeah, yeah. What color do you want? That might be that might be the next one he sneaks in there somehow. Um, let's see. But Sami Zayn arrives and he has the Intercontinental Championship, the original Intercontinental Championship. Oh, I don't know. Who is the actual champion? Sami Zayn says that he is, because he never was defeated, and that is technically true. The Firefly Funhouse is visited by Postman Pierce, which was pretty fun. A great allusion, homage to Pee Wee's Playhouse, as is Firefly Funhouse in general. He gets he gets the signature from Bray, even though Bray is like kind of offended that he thought like they're the same person, the Fiend and Bray Wyatt. Um, I forget what there's some other stuff that happened during the Firefly Funhouse, but I don't remember. Then we had Matt Riddle versus Shorty G after Shorty G gets a sneaky shot in while Corbin is at the top of the entrance. I think that's something like that happened. Matt Riddle won, and there's some aftermath. Bailey says backstage to Heavy Machinery and Big E, it's some people can only handle a tag title. And then Big E's like, wait, that's you. Talking to Sasha. Seeds planted for even more seeds planted. They're going to have a whole dang forest when this breakup happens, which will be most likely tonight. And it's going to be great. Drew Gulak kills or hits. He doesn't kill anything. He hits Braun Strowman with a chair, and it doesn't affect him at all. Like when his back is turned, he's like at catering or something. But he throws that chair to Adam Pearce, and Braun's like, "Hey, why'd you do that?" And Adam says, "No, it was Drew Gulak. But will you sign this contract?" He says, I'll sign it if you give me Drew Gulak right now. And he did. So, once again, proving Adam Pearce gets the job done as much as he can. He approaches Roman Reigns and tries to knock on the door. It is not a locked door. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's like a swinging door that just has like a closure thing like at the top if you want it to not be locked or whatever. Anyway, Braun Strowman does get a piece of Drew Gulak. Drew Gulak is beaten up so badly that he cannot commentate on 205 Live later that night. But Braun Strowman does sign the contract. We also had a fantastic match, Cesaro versus Kalisto in 3, 2. And it was great. Oh my God. There's Kalisto is up on his shoulders and then went into a DDT from there. Delivered to Cesaro. That was amazing. There's another thing, like he like springboarded to the outside, flipped, like did a front flip, landed on Cesaro's shoulders, and then went into a Hurricane Rana. I don't even remember exactly what the heck. But it was insane. Cesaro wins the match. Lucha House Party. There's some friction between them. Get into an argument. Cesaro and Shinsuke. They seem to be on the right page now, the same page now. But they had some friction earlier as well. All these tag teams getting broken up, maybe or maybe not. But they have a talk in the back. Let's see. Shinsuke and Lucha House Party, they cost Kalisto the win. During this match, Corey says that they both have egos the size of pirate ships. I think he was talking about Cesaro and Shinsuke. And he's like, I don't know why he said that. Like, that pirate ships has nothing to do with anything. So, that's why I decided that would be the name of this episode is Egos the Size of Pirate Ships. They have an argument backstage, which Sami Zayn comes in. He says, "Hey guys, I'm back. It's the Champion Lounge. This is gonna be great." I think this was earlier on. Yeah, this was before that match happened. And they said, yeah, okay. We were having a private conversation. Can you get out of here?" It's like, "What are you talking about? I'm your buddy. We're champs and all that." And they said, "You didn't call us for 4 months." And this is Shinsuke being upset when he was the one who dropped the ball with communication with Cesaro earlier. But anyway, it was pretty. I like where all this is going. Maybe I don't know where it's going, but I like how it's going so far. Backstage, Nikki is lamenting Alexa's changed behavior. She's pining over the coffee mug that she gave her like a year ago. Tamina comes over and she's very nice to Nikki. And then Alexa's there. She's nice to both of them. She has her hair in pigtails. She says, "I've never been better." And then Nikki Cross notices a dreadlock. And she's like, What is this?" "Oh, I thought I'd try something new." I was thinking maybe doing half and half. And then Nikki's like, "Oh, no, don't do that." She's like, "Oh, the whole thing then." And I just, "No, I don't think, like, it's too much like the Fiend." And she says, "You're not being supportive," and shatters the mug, devastates Nikki Cross. Alexa's very, very evil now. Or maybe has been all along. I don't know. But I like that Tamina was nice. That was great. There's nobody nicer than Tamina. Or Mina than Tamina. Then next we had Miz and Morrison coming up with a game plan along with Sheamus for going up against Heavy Machinery and Big E. Said, "Okay, we have to keep Big E on the apron." And next, Tucker is really tall and very powerful, so we need to keep him out of the match. And then Otis, he's unpredictable, so we need to keep him out of the match as well. Sheamus was like, "So we need to keep all three of them out of the match." He's like, "Yeah, exactly." Miz and Morrison are great. So that, yeah, we had that 3-on-3. They did not successfully implement that plan at all. Otis has a Money in the Bank lunchbox, which is amazing, and just thinking about it makes me very hungry. I'm going to make a sandwich right after this. Because my stomach is even grumbling a little bit. But Big E gets the win by pinning The Miz. And so it was a little bit awkward on Talking Smack the next day. But they were both pretty passionate. I thought The Miz was maybe a little bit rude, talking too much when Big E had something important to say. And it just kind of illustrated that he wasn't really listening all that much to what Big E was saying. And shut up, Miz, sometimes. A lot of times, very entertaining. But sometimes, shut it. Anyway, then we had Adam Pearce barge. He goes to Vince a little bit earlier. Says, "Oh, I got 2 of the 3. Is that good enough?" And Vince says, "No." Just go in there. Like, you just knocked on the door. And it's understandable why knocking on the door didn't work, because there's that doorway goes into a hallway. He has like a whole suite in there. And so if he was knocking on the outside door, they weren't going to hear that. It's very likely that he just didn't hear it. If he could hear it, it would have been fine. But he goes in there, and Roman Reigns comes out into the hallway. Great timing. And he looks over the contract. He's like, well, I got to take a look at this. And then we cut to him after the main event. Roman's there on the couch. Adam Pearce is anticipating the signature, waiting anxiously. And then Roman says, "Oh, you need to make some changes. I'm not signing it until then. But if this match happens, I'm going to win." That's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. And then the camera pulls out Paul Heyman there sitting next to him, and you can believe that, he says. So Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns, perhaps Roman Reigns has actually consumed the soul of Brock Lesnar or is possessed by Brock Lesnar, and that could be if we have Brock Lesnar's music play when Roman Reigns makes his entrance, then that might be what's going on. I don't know. Then we had 205 Live, Tahiti Miles versus the Brian Kendrick. Kendrick wins, but offers a handshake to Tahuti and says, "Hey, you've got potential, kid. Stick with me. I'll show you the ropes." He doesn't say it like that. No, he would say like, no, I can't do his impression. I can't. I would have to practice it a little bit. I'm not going to just try it. Then we had Tony Nese versus Liam Gray, which is about a 30-second match. I don't even know how long that match was. But Tony Nese won that match. And then our main event, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Everrise. Everrise tried to cheat. One of the team members was holding down the feet of their opponent from the outside of the ring so that they couldn't kick out. And the referee saw it. The referee also saw, I think it was Oney tagged Danny while Everrise was there arguing about their flagrant cheating. And so Danny was able to finish off the match. It might have been Oney that I can't tell them apart sometimes. Yes, I can tell them apart, but I didn't write down, and I don't remember the specifics of the match because I was mostly listening. And anyway, it doesn't matter. Oney and Danny on top for once. It's great to see. I was hoping that they could become the NXT Tag Champions, but perhaps one of them, or both of them, they both still have a chance, actually. That could still happen. And so that is everything that happened. Let's talk now about the announced card. They added a match just this morning. It'll be on the kickoff. The Riot Squad, Ruby and Liv versus the Iconics, Billy and Peyton. I think the Riot Squad will win. I think they need the win. And maybe winning, whoever wins this match could be the number one contender. They might have a shot at the Women's Tag Team Championships, which will be contested against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, who hate each other, but they hate Bayley and Sasha more. And so that could be enough for them to win. Also, Bayley and Sasha might maybe hate each other a little bit. Everybody hates each other on this episode of Payback. We had Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship. I can see Bobby Lashley winning this one. Almost certainly. He's getting riled up, although he might get disqualified for approaching it like the Underground instead of like a real match. We have The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, assuming Adam Pearce does get those changes made and procures that signature from, I don't know why I paused to say procures instead of gets. It didn't make the sentence any better. But it's a no-holds-barred triple threat match, which is going to be crazy, and it's got to be the main event. And I also think that Retribution will arrive and help Roman Reigns win the championship. I'm more than sure that Retribution is under the command of Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. Here's my proof. Paul Heyman, Paul space Heyman, 11 characters. Retribution, Retribution, 11 characters, 11. Look at the clock. Is it 11:11 right now? If it is, that's even more proof. It's not here when I'm recording this, but Paul Heyman, Retribution, all the puzzle pieces are fitting together. So we'll see. Who else would need Retribution than the one who lost his job mere months ago from being the executive director of Raw, or whatever the title was. Anyway, then we also have Keith Lee versus Randy Orton, which is going to be fantastic. How awesome is this first singles match on pay-per-view? Pay-per-view debut for Keith Lee, and he's fighting the legend and the legend killer, Randy Orton. It's going to be awesome. Then we have Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio tagging against Seth Rollins and Murphy. I think that will be amazing. We have Matt Riddle versus King Corbin. I don't know. I would have much preferred to see an Intercontinental Championship match. I think it's perfectly set up to be a triple threat between Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, and Sami Zayn. I think that could be pretty great. But instead we have this on the pay-per-view. I don't know why. Maybe it'll be very, very brief. It'll be a cool-down match after one of these ridiculous other matches, and I guess that's fine. Big E versus Sheamus is the final match of the 8 that have been announced. I am absolutely rooting for Big E. I want to see him go after the big dog, the leader of Retribution, Roman Reigns. I'm going to keep referring to it until they confirm it. They haven't denied it. They haven't ruled it out. Note that Roman Reigns did appear. He didn't have to worry about getting past security. But if security did have everything on the lockdown, then it would make sense that Roman and Paul Heyman being the only members to be able to get into the building out of everybody in Retribution. So there you go. I don't know. We'll find out. I hope so. I really hope so. I think that's the most exciting thing that could possibly happen with Retribution. So yeah, that's it. They will have, I could see them spray painting over the ring apron, the side that isn't an LED board. Spray paint Retribution. It'll take them like 10 minutes to do it, but it will be really thin line work. So it won't really look that great on that scale, but I still hope that happens. So there you go. That's all my thoughts on SmackDown and 205 Live heading into Payback. I'm really excited. It's only 2.5 hours away from as of this recording, so I'll see y'all soon with my thoughts on Payback. I think it's going to be pretty fun. And all the championships are going to change hands. Every single championship, there's only 3 championship matches, but all 3 of those championships, I think, are going to change hands. All right, that's it. Let me know what you thought about this episode by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe, healthy, and happy out there in all the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcasts. Bye.